What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this was another member voted video. They wanted to see top 5 affordable alternatives to some luxury fragrances. So I've definitely got that in spades, and we're going to be very targeted this go round. We're going to look at 2 specific houses because this is 2 houses I've dove into quite a bit recently, and I think there's some really good gems coming from them, that being Paris Corner and Khadlaj. So I've got 5. We're going to talk about them. Stay tuned. Before we dive into the top 5, I want to let you guys know that there are links down below for the North American and the European site for Aroma Concepts, where all 5 of these fragrances and many more can be found, as well as a 10% off code. If anything you hear today interests you, definitely check them out if you're in the market. Now let's get into these 5. We got to have an alternative to Aventus, right? So what's different about this one is it's very woodsy. It's not all that smoky. It does have that tart fruitiness, but it lacks the florals, at least a dominance in florals. It's not super musky. It's just inherently woody. It's kind of woody Aventus. This is from Khadlaj. This is Infini Absolute. Strange looking bottle. I get it. Hefty, though. Actually, pretty good quality. Performance is really good. I did a full review on this one, and the biggest caveat for me is the quality of the juice. Man, this is up there with some of my absolute favorite alternatives / clones to Aventus. I put this up there with Apnan, Supremacy Not Only Intense, with Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum. Like this is among my 3 favorites, and that's why it was easy to talk about this one, because I featured those plenty, but I haven't discussed this one a ton on this channel outside of a first impressions and 1 full review, and I felt like it was the right fragrance to start this video with. If you haven't tried this one yet, and you like woody fragrances. Now look, if you have a bunch of other alternatives to Aventus, sure, there's redundancy here. Steer clear. But if you don't have a bunch of stuff like that, and maybe woody Aventus sounds like a great route you may want to go down, you might want to check this one out, because I'm thoroughly impressed by it. This is probably my 2nd favorite fragrance that I've tried from Khadlaj, with my favorite coming up next on the list. But great woody alternative to Creed Aventus is Khadlaj Infini Absolute. So like I was saying, this is my favorite from Khadlaj, and it is a great representation of Amouage Reflection Man. This is called Shiyaka. This is a great performer. Quality's great, and it's pretty much spot on. I do get a little bit more of the lang-a-lang out of this versus actual Reflection Man. It's got that herbal feel, a little bit of freshness, a little funkiness from the musky tone. It's woodsy, it's floral and powdery, it's very aromatic. It's all those that got us floating here. It is Reflection Man. They did a magnificent job replicating this one with a little bit more lang-a-lang, I think, in the formula versus the real deal. But this is my favorite affordable way to smell like Reflection Man. It is my favorite fragrance that I've tried from Khadlaj, and it was very easy to put this one in this video, because I firmly believe that if you're a fan of Reflection Man but you don't want to spend money, this does not smell cheap and synthetic. It performs really good, and it's almost spot on. It's almost a carbon copy. Again, that's Khadlaj Shiyaaka. This next one, it's brighter, it's fresher, it's even sharper and a little bit more metallic than what it's replicating. Performance, not the strongest out there. 3 to 4 hours on my skin, but I don't mind refreshing because it's just so fresh and enjoyable. It is from Paris Corner in the Emir range. This is Trillium. So obviously, Elysium Parfum Cologne is what they were going for, and they nailed the scent profile. It's so bright and zesty, fresh, grapefruit, black currant, kind of inky metallic feel. You get the fresh woody vetiver, you get a little bit of the herbs in the heart, but it's mostly just this bright, watery, very sharp and metallic, kind of cold feel, if you will. Citrus, it's just so bright and inviting. About an hour of projection, then it calms down, sits a bit close to the skin, and after about 3 to 4 hours, it's gone from my skin. So if you're looking for a powerhouse, this is not the one for you, but on a budget, it does a great job of kind of taking that scent profile, the freshness of the Parfum Cologne version of Elysium, and just making it that much brighter. It's crazy good. I have other clones or inspired by fragrances of Elysium that perform way better, but performance isn't always, it's not number one for me. The scent profile and the wearing experience is most important to me. So if you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of performance, this is the one. This is definitely the one. I'm really enjoying this one. I've been wearing this one to the gym a lot lately too. Really been digging it. Paris Corner Emir Trillium. This next one really took me by surprise. It's in the vein of Creed Silver Mountain Water, but it's got a little bit of a twist. It's a little bit more green. There's a little bit of fresh spice to this one, but it still has that sharp, watery, and metallic feel. The T note's still very prominent here. This is from Paris Corner. This is called Barcode Signature in the Privezarah, I believe. Privezarah line is how you say that. Privezarah. This took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting this. The first time I smelled it, the quality, they did a great job with this one, I have to say. Not every single fragrance Paris Corner puts out is of the highest quality. Sometimes they smell on the more synthetic side. This one, it's up there. It's definitely up there with my favorite renditions of Creed Silver Mountain Water, minimum top 3. I'm kind of surprised. I want to spray that again. I'm kind of surprised at how good this ended up being. God, it's so good. It's a little bright and fresh and spicy. It's very green. It's a much more green take overall than actual Creed Silver Mountain Water. It's beautiful. Inky, metallic, citrusy, but more watery than just a flat-out citrus fruity tone. Like I said, a lot of greens here. Not just the herbal tea note. Just this almost like petitgrain feel. I don't even remember if that's in the notes, but it kind of gives that mild green feel that petitgrain offers. Just a lovely fragrance. Again, I continue to be impressed and somewhat surprised by this one every time I smell it. Performance is in that average to slightly above average range, 6-7 hour range is what I've been getting in test sprays with this one. But it's definitely worth checking out. If you don't have a bunch of other fragrances that smell like Creed Silver Mountain Water, this is one that you may have never thought to give a chance before because you may not know it exists. But next time you're checking out Aroma Concepts, you might want to check this one out. And it's Paris Corner Barcode Signature. This next one continues to impress. They use some really good raw materials here. It's Paris Corner's line, and specifically their clone of Ombre Nomade from Louis Vuitton. It's their clone line for them. This is Emir's Le d'Espoir Ombre. I did a full review on this one. This one's impressive. This one's funky, sweet oud. A little bit of a patchouli feel for some herbalness. It's smoky. Smoky, fruity oud, basically, is what you can get out of this one. Immensely powerful, too. I get plenty of more performance than I even really need or want from this one. Now, it's not on the nuclear performing level of Ombre Nomade. I have sprayed Ombre Nomade on my hand at Louis Vuitton before, and it was like annoyingly strong. Phenomenal scent profile, just annoyingly strong. It was literally overwhelming me. To where I ended up scrubbing it off almost an hour after I sprayed it on my hand. Whereas with this, it's a lot more tolerable for me because for as much of a beast as it is, it doesn't overwhelm me at any given point. And I kind of learned my lesson from the original, so I don't really put it in front of me. The sides of the neck and behind the neck is plenty. 3 to 4 sprays for this, plenty. Strong cloud, 10-12 hours, easily on my skin. The only one that I really vibed with from this particular line, they had 3 of them in the line, and this is the only one that really spoke to me. This is a lovely oud fragrance. I do believe it to be of the highest quality of every Paris Corner fragrance that I've tried. They definitely use better raw materials with this particular line, and who doesn't love a good magnetic cap? Definitely a phenomenal alternative to Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade. This is Paris Corner's Emir Le d'Espoir Ombre. Well, that's the 5 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. Of these 5, what have you tried? What have you heard of? What do you think about them if you've tried them? Did any of these spark your interest? I'd be curious to know what you guys think. If you're interested in picking any of these up, depending on what market you're in, there's multiple links down below with a discount code. Just in the event you're interested in checking them out. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these 5 and you give them a spray now, you'll probably end up thanking me later because you're going to smell like some expensive luxury stuff at a fraction of the price. Have a good one, guys.